Triple E EDC back again with another knife video. This is the QSP Locust. A couple of you may recognize the name QSP. It sort of burst on the knife scene, knife world with the QSP Penguin, which was a $30, also sort of sheep's footy blade that was micarta as well, but a different type of micarta, and it also was at $30 at the price point, and so it sort of took the knife world by storm. This is a little bit of an upgraded, I wouldn't say version, it's a completely different knife, but the materials on this are slightly upgraded versus the QSP Penguin, so this comes in at a little bit higher price point. This knife, by the way, was donated to the channel by Mark Goldstein, one of the viewers. Thank you very much, Mark. He gave it to the channel to do a review and then do a giveaway. I've already done the giveaway. This will be going out probably tomorrow's mail. In any event, let's go ahead and do some size comparisons on this knife. So first of all, we've got the Benchmade Bugout and the Benchmade 940. We have the Spyderco Para 2 and the Para 3. Now, the camera sort of skews perspective a little bit, so I'm going to switch these so you can see above and below. Size comparison. Here's a Spyderco Tenacious, a couple budget options, the Best Tech Texel, the CJRB Feldspar in micarta, and the CJRB Rhea in micarta. And then just so we can get another Wharncliffe in the picture, the XM18 Wharncliffe. So you can see the handle on this knife is actually pretty large. This is a full-size knife here, and the handle on this one is actually larger than that one. Even when you skew the perspective here, you line up the pivots, this handle's actually longer. And the blade on this is quite a bit long as well. This is a 3.5-inch blade. This is a 3.875-inch blade. So quite a large blade on this, quite a large knife. And I don't think a lot of people are expecting that from QSP after the Penguin, which was a smaller knife. I believe that was a 3-inch or so blade. In any event, let's go ahead and talk about the good and the bad of this. So first of all, one of the good things is the micarta. So the micarta is flax micarta. I hadn't had flax micarta before. The CJRB and a lot of the other micartas I have are canvas micarta. If you're curious about the difference, if you have a CJRB knife, the canvas micarta on that is somewhat rough. And if you have like a Benchmade proper, the canvas micarta on that is very smooth and polished. So micartas can be different. I did a recent video on that. You can check that out in the Knife Noob series. But this flax micarta has sort of an in-between grain structure, or in-between structure of micarta, canvas micarta and linen, sort of in between the two. And this is somewhat polished here. However, because of all these cuts here for grip, this is actually a little bit rougher than you'd expect. So this is more polished than this, but because of the cuts here, it actually gives you quite a bit of grip, and it's on both sides of the knife, and you can definitely feel those cuts. So it gives you nice traction there. Next up, I really like the blade on this, the Wharncliffe. I like Wharncliffe knives. A lot of people know that. They're great utility knives, great for a lot of different types of cuts. They're excellent for detail work and opening packages and everything, cutting on a straight line. Excellent for things like that. And they also work very well for breaking down boxes and all those sorts of EDC tasks. So I really love the Wharncliffe blades, and this is an excellent grind on this blade. Comes to a decently thin edge here, as you can see right there. Comes to a decently thin edge. It's not the thinnest edge I've had, but it's very thin. It eats through cardboard and all the normal materials that you're going to use in the EDC, and that's excellent as well. The steel on this is VG10. So that's a good steel in the price range that this is. This is an $89 knife. Spyderco famously uses VG10 on a lot of their knives like the Delica, the Endura, which are up at about that same price range. Next up, I'm going to tell you that this is a flow-through construction with skeletonized liners to reduce the weight. I think that's an excellent thing for this knife, and you see the couple of standoffs there as well. The action on this is excellent, as you can see. I believe this is on bearings. Let me see if we can look in there at the bearings. I believe this is on bearings. I don't know if we can see it, but if it is on phosphor bronze, I'll be a little bit surprised, but I believe it is on bearings. One of the things that I do like about this knife as well is the forward part of the ergonomics on this are pretty good. I will get to the back part of it in the bad when we talk about that. But those are the main things that I like about this knife. And I think the price is decent on this, but not amazing. So I'll say the price is a neutral point on this. The reason I say the price is neutral, I'll address in the conclusion. So what's bad about this knife? We already saw one of the things that's bad about this knife is that it does have some lock stick here. It's not titanium on steel. This is steel on steel. I'm not sure exactly why it has a lock stick. That probably has to do with a quality control issue, and the lock stick had been actually mostly cured. It came with pretty severe lock stick. It had been mostly cured until I shot this video, of course. And now it's showing back up, which is fine because you guys need to see these quality control problems. Usually when you're dealing with steel on steel and not titanium on steel, and there is lock stick, it's a geometry problem, which is a QC problem. So that's just something to be aware of. Also, another thing that I don't like on this is the blade is painted up top. I really would have preferred they leave this as a satin finish all the way through rather than use paint. I don't like paint on metal on knives. It eats away very easily. I tried to keep this in good condition because this was going to be a giveaway knife. So I haven't hard used it or anything, but that is a drawback. The Spidey hole here, I call it a Spidey hole, but this is not a Spyderco, of course. It's okay. I mean, it doesn't work pretty much at all for a thumb opening. It's just awkward to use. You can do it. It's not amazing. And can you Spidey flick this? The answer is yes, but it's not comfortable. So, I really wish that they could have done that a little bit different. Maybe made the hole a little bit larger or something, but obviously you're not, with the handle design, you're not working with a lot of space to do that with. And next is the ergonomics on the back. So the ergonomics on the back, I do not like this part of the ergonomics at all. It does look sort of like a thorax on a Locust, which I guess is where they got the name from. It reminds me a little bit of a swayback. I kind of don't like swaybacks for this reason. It just feels like there's a hot point right here, and this is not ergonomic. Even though there's a swell here, which is fine, I'd prefer the swell be here rather than back here. And so that's, a negative there as well. Also the pocket clip. So, on a knife this price, $89, a titanium pocket clip is supposed to be a good thing. Except I don't think this pocket clip, which, this is the color it comes, it doesn't match the knife at all, number one. And number two, it doesn't really fit the knife. I would have much preferred, honestly, the normal QSP clips, which are usually kind of cheap, something along the lines of what CJRB would do, or Civivi on their knives. And I would have much preferred that, that clip, which is cheaper to make than this, which is titanium. Unfortunately, it's just not a well-executed clip. It does go in and out of the pocket easy, so, I do like that, but it's just not a great clip here. And, when you're dealing with the two successive holes here, I can't think of the words right now, but when you're dealing with two screws in a row, a lot of times you can have structural issues with the pocket clip shifting left or right. That's why you see a lot of those 3-hole clips, because it holds the clip in place much better if the knife gets sort of pushed somewhere or the clip gets caught on something. So that's not great. However, I will commend them because this does not stick out too much. It's not likely to get caught on something. The tension on this is good, and it does slip in and out of the pocket pretty easily. Next thing is, there was one more thing on this I was going to discuss, and I think I left it off my notes. you know, I think I'll just discuss the conclusions on this. Overall, I think this is a good effort by QSP. I wouldn't say that I'm blown away by this in any stretch of the imagination. If you asked me if I was going to recommend this knife, I'd say no, there are better options in this price range. But if you were telling me you like this knife and you would want to go buy it, I think it would serve you well. So I'm not going to say it's a bad knife or not worth the money. It's just that there are other better options in this price range that I think are much better options, and therefore, you know, it's not going to be a knife I'm going to recommend. But it is I'm glad I got a chance to use this and to carry it, and I did enjoy it. It's just not something I can recommend or put my stamp of approval on unless you really, really, really like the design. So I guess that's my review. If you want to drop a comment, go ahead and drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you get all my content. And so you can also be informed of giveaways just like this one that I did on this knife. Again, this is going to be mailed out to the winner of that giveaway. I'll also be posting another giveaway soon, so stay tuned. And go ahead and hit the like button if you haven't already. Thanks so much for watching.